The conflict is over. The white flag has finally been raised following years of court cases, unclear regulations, and market trepidation. What can only be called the most incendiary document in the history of Bitcoin regulation was just revealed by a Securities and Exchange Commission whistleblower. Officially known as SEC Surrender to Ripple Labs, the document details a complete and unconditional surrender and has been forwarded to Ripple's legal staff. Every constraint, limitation, and barrier imposed on XRP has been eliminated. This isn't a rumor or conjecture. This is a thorough legal document that outlines the SEC's total surrender. The leaked document's contents are astounding. The SEC expressly states that XRP is not a security based on the documents we have seen. Ripple is now free to operate without worrying about upcoming enforcement proceedings, as all trade limitations are immediately removed. The financial settlement portion, which describes a sizable payment made to Ripple as restitution for years of regulatory harassment, legal fees, and missed market opportunities, is even more startling. Just this settlement is historic. The SEC's own economic research, however, is what is really sending the market into a tailspin. A thorough estimate of XRP's post-resolution pricing is provided on page 12 of the document, with a target of $20,000 per currency. The irony is obvious. The same organization that has been trying to limit XRP for years is now essentially supporting its enormous potential. It is impossible to overestimate the importance of the whistleblower in this discovery. Had it not been for the bravery of an insider who was prepared to make these records public, the market would have been in the dark. For years, investors and cryptocurrency fans have been enthralled by the story of a covert conflict between Ripple and the SEC. Today, however, that story comes to a dramatic end. To be honest, there is a noticeable feeling of drama as we read through the documents in real time. Unquestionably, economic reality takes precedence over legalese and regulatory jargon. The value and utility of XRP have been recognized by the SEC itself in a way that, well, no analyst or influencer could have foreseen. To be honest, the ramifications for investors are enormous. All trading limitations are lifted, making XRP completely investable on a worldwide basis. Exchanges no longer have to worry about regulatory fallout when listing XRP. Institutional players can now enter the market in large numbers after previously being apprehensive owing to pending litigation. The price is expected to rise due to the cash inflow from such widespread adoption alone, and the situation is nearly certain when combined with the SEC's own $20,000 prediction. The document describes how very modest holdings can result in life-changing wealth for regular investors. At this point, 10 XRP tokens might be worth $200,000, 100 XRP tokens could be worth $2 million, and the potential grows exponentially. Suspense and clarity are increased by the document's live reading. The commercial potential becomes evident as each paragraph is unveiled. The legal win is complete. Ripple is now free to function without interference from regulatory oversight. There are no ambiguities or gaps in the SEC's wording, and to be honest, there isn't any opportunity for misunderstanding. This is truly the ultimate vindication for those who have been following the XRP story since the beginning. From dread and uncertainty to assurance and yes, huge growth potential, the narrative has completely changed. The SEC's internal models for analyzing the economic projections are extremely sophisticated. They take into consideration past market capitalization, adoption patterns, institutional integration, and even the possibility of cross-border payments. The outcome is a post-resolution aim of a cautious $20,000 per XRP coin. This forecast is based on a thorough analytical analysis carried out by the SEC's own financial economists rather than on conjecture or hype. Essentially, the organization has confirmed all of the optimistic claims made by Ripple and the XRP community over the years. On steroids, this is a regulatory green light. The same organization that initially questioned XRP is now forecasting phenomenal growth. The document really provides a path for market normalization in addition to the price target. Banks and payment processors are urged to incorporate the XRP ledger into their settlement systems, and exchanges are urged to relist XRP right away. Furthermore, institutional investors are expressly allowed to distribute capital without worrying about facing legal repercussions. By emphasizing the effectiveness, speed, and affordability of XRP payments, the SEC even recognizes Ripple's distinct role in enabling cross-border transactions. The message is reaffirmed in each paragraph. In addition to being legally approved, XRP is positioned for widespread adoption. The timing of the whistleblower adds to the market's narrative stress. The leak occurs just as investor sentiment is about to reach a tipping point. Retail and institutional players are rushing to be in position before the expected jump in trading volumes, which has already occurred. Social media platforms are going crazy, analyzing every word of the paper and emphasizing terms like SEC economic study, unconditional submission, and relaxation of restraints. The market reacts almost immediately. Exchanges are reporting record-breaking trading activity, XRP is moving, and liquidity is soaring. To be honest, the ramifications are just astounding when viewed from a macro viewpoint. The old-fashioned legacy banking systems and regulatory snags that have historically hindered cross-border payments can now be facilitated with, well, unmatched efficiency. Major financial institutions' relationships with Ripple receive instant credibility, and more agreements are anticipated to emerge quickly. When all trading limitations are genuinely lifted, XRP becomes a fully functional financial asset that has the potential to revolutionize the global payments industry. This is a significant turning point in the development of decentralized finance, not just a win for Ripple. When the SEC's estimates are paired with technical analysis, the picture becomes even more convincing. Because of its consensus process, XRP's ledger can easily manage the expected spike in transaction traffic, cheap costs, and quick settlement times. The regulatory uncertainty that previously deterred investors has been removed, and the market infrastructure is prepared for widespread use. XRP is the clear choice for any institutional investor searching for a high-potential, scalable, and compliance asset. The SEC's support and the market's momentum combine to make the anticipated $20,000 price point a perfect storm. An understatement of the psychological impact is impossible. After years of litigation, investors who waited patiently are now guaranteed a payout. The story has changed from speculation to inevitability, from fear to assurance. With the SEC's submission, XRP is no longer a speculative coin, but rather a fully legitimated investment with a clear future course. To be honest, the consequences extend far beyond price action. Today, XRP serves as a model for regulatory clarity, demonstrating that yes, innovation and compliance can coexist. It also demonstrates how markets typically react favorably to legitimacy and certainty. Lastly, wealth is not the only aspect of this larger story. It has to do with how the whole crypto scene is changing. The triumph of Ripple sends a strong message to other ventures involving digital assets. No matter how difficult they may appear, regulatory barriers may be surmounted with perseverance, openness, and creativity. A true turning moment in financial history has been created by the market's reaction, the SEC's submission, and the bravery of the whistleblower. The crypto industry's norms for value, compliance, and adoption are about to be redefined by XRP. The days of being uncertain are past. We have only just entered the era of rapid expansion, institutional legitimacy, and revolutionary acceptance. With all trading restrictions lifted, a sizable settlement paid to Ripple, and the SEC's own economic analysis estimating $20,000 per XRP coin, the leaked SEC surrender document is in short a game-changer of unprecedented proportions. The market is poised for a historic rally. Clarity, legitimacy, and a path to unheard-of wealth are now available to investors, institutions, and the worldwide crypto community. The world is watching as XRP embarks on its next phase, transitioning from a speculative asset to a legally sanctioned powerhouse. In addition to delivering a document, the whistleblower has brought about a turning point in the history of cryptocurrency, permanently altering the course of XRP and the direction of decentralized finance. Please keep in mind that I do not hold a financial advisor license. These videos' content is solely intended for viewing enjoyment. Before making any financial decisions, I always advise viewers to do their own research and speak with experts. Many thanks for listening. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Additionally, to be the first to know when I post new stuff, make sure you enable the alerts. I can't wait to see you again in the next video. Be careful.